over here on the ridge, and I want to explain the difference between the ridge vent that's being used today and still being used today, and the difference between our ridge vent. Okay, if you look at this ridge vent, I'm going to stretch it out for you so you can see what's underneath it. If you look here on the side, you can see these. They look like fish scales. This is the only thing that lets the air out of the attic. It has one on this side and one on the other. Now, not only is that the only thing that lets the air out of the attic, this is installed like that on the peak, and it has this nail in it like that. It's an 1¼ inch nail. They nail it in there like that. That's what holds this on there. That nail is in the water trough. As you can see, this ridge vent has a lip on it right here. This is where the water runs. The water runs off the top, runs off this. This nail is what holds it on. So that nail is laying in water every time it rains. Now, another thing I want to tell you about this is aluminum. And because it's aluminum, it will crawl. You take a hot summer day when it's 95 degrees, and we get them afternoon thunder showers here in Florida. And that afternoon thunder shower comes and the temperature drops 20 degrees. When that does that, this piece of aluminum will actually move and expand. And every time that aluminum moves and expands, it pulls on this nail, pulls it, pulls it, pulls it. After about 2 or 3 years time, that nail starts to work itself loose, and this ridge vent will leak everywhere them nails are in there. Now, our product, as you can see on the back here, it has these huge baffles here. This is what lets the heat out of that attic. And if you look at our product against theirs, ours is much wider. It's a very wide product, so we get more coverage on the peak of the roof. And not only do we get more coverage, we use a nail that is much longer. This is the nail that holds down your ridge vent, and this is the nail that holds down our ridge vent. And if you look at the nail, it's ring shanked from the bottom of the nail all the way to the top. That goes in that hole, and it goes through the wood at least 1.5 to 2 inches. Where this one here only goes through the wood 1/4 inch. That's what holds on their ridge vent. And this ridge vent here will get a cap over it, which looks a lot nicer than this sticking up on the peak of your roof. Once that's in, the cap covers over the top of it. That way there's no exposed nails. Another cap will go over the back side of it, just like this. And all the nails are covered under that ridge vent. Much more efficient, lets twice as much heat out of your attic than this. And as you can see, this is very flimsy. I mean, you can bend it just like a pop can. So you can imagine in a windstorm, what's gonna happen with that in a windstorm. It's just that little bit of bent, it's already breaking it. And as you can see, I have a lot better coverage here for no wind to get up under. And as you can see on the small piece, the coverage is not very good. There's only just this little bit right here, and that's the only coverage we have.